Did you know the nicest people can become very toxic DMs? In this video, I'm giving you every single type of toxic DM out there. I counted 15 and I organized them in 4 families that go from annoying to traumatizing. I'll show you how to spot these traits, why even perfectly cool people can develop most of them, and even give you tools to help you fix them. And to start, tell me, does this sound familiar? Okay, so my character is called Fariam, and they're from a desert tribe. Sorry, but no, you can't be from a desert tribe because... Why? Because there are no deserts in your world? Actually, no. There are no tribes in this world. What? The 3 types in our first family are all about control. And this was number 1, which is the possessive world builder. These guys love world building so much that it can sometimes feel like the players are almost trespassing. It's annoying because D&D is a collaborative game based on creativity. So when the DM is the only one able to be creative, it alters the nature of the hobby. If you or your DM are like this and you want to keep building complex worlds but also include the players in the process, I suggest you ask them a simple question whenever they enter a new place or encounter any unique element. What does your character know about this? You then take their answer and either make it true straight away or bend it a little if you truly have to. You know, like maybe the character got it just slightly wrong, but it's almost correct. And then you keep building on it later. You basically use player creativity as a writing prompt to develop your world further. Number 2 now. I think a lot of you guys can relate to this one. Okay, so I kind of want to go check out the tower the dude mentioned. What? Don't you guys want to go to the festival though? Not really. Okay, fine, good. Can't wait to see the tower then. As you walk towards the gate, you hear someone yelling in the crowd. Terrible news indeed. The tower was attacked by bandits. I'm sure there's still stuff too. They burnt everything. There's nothing left. Well, whoever did this sounds powerful. We should still go. See what it's all about. And they also left immediately through a portal without leaving any trace. Rejoice. It means they will leave our dear festival alone. Right. So yeah, type 2 is the railroader, trying to do something in a game where they tell you you can do anything, and then being told that yes, you can, except for that one thing you really want to do, gets annoying fast. Railroading could be an entire video, but I think it mostly happens because DMs fall victim to the sunk cost fallacy. When you spend a lot of time prepping, it can be scary to think that all that work was for nothing. But I think these people should remember 2 things. 1, you're playing the game too, and you not knowing what's gonna happen next brings you closer to the players and makes the game more exciting. And 2, that prep isn't lost, because the players didn't do what you prepared. So you'll still be able to use that encounter, festival, quest, or whatever later, after remixing it a little. Careful though, because if you don't do this properly, that second point can lead to toxic DM type number 3. Okay, so when you arrive at the festival, it's already late. And you can see a young elf child lost in the crowd. They seem sad. Well, if it's late, it means I'm tired. Yeah, I'm also out of spells. So I think we're gonna go back to the tavern. Okay, great. So you go back to the tavern. And when you arrive, you see that same young elf child crying by the door. What the? How? Elves are magical beings. Number 3 is called the Quantum Ogre. It's when no matter what the party decides to do, they face the same ogre or NPC, encounter, problem, etc. It's actually worse than regular railroading, because in a regular railroading, at least the players see the rails. But here, they feel like they're choosing, and just slowly realize that their choices are pointless as the game goes on. And so they stop engaging. To avoid falling into this trap, I think DMs should ask themselves a simple question. Would they notice? If 2 players comparing notes can see the choice was an illusion, it's a sign you need to change something. The DMs in this first toxic family are usually not trying to hurt anyone, but to protect something they care about. It can be their prep, vision or world, but it becomes toxic when they put this need to protect above the needs of the table. I think making prep more modular is a good way to avoid most of these behaviors, and if you are a DM and are looking for cool new toys to add to your campaign, I need to tell you about the sponsor of today's video. Arcane Affinity released the Arcanium Infinitum, a 5e magic item compendium, which is actually a lot more than the list of cool magic items. It's a full PDF book divided into 8 distinct themes like Undead Armory or Fit for a King. Each can be thought of as a self-contained content pack that DMs can drop into any campaign, and they all include 3 components. 1. A small adventure that's perfect for a side quest, a one-shot, or even maybe to kickstart your next campaign. 2. A new subclass that fits that theme's flavor. And 3. 20 magic items that reinforce the theme's identity. I truly believe you'll get inspired by these. It's plug and play, but what I really like about it is that you can also use this resource to either fight writer's block or react with more flexibility to some of those weird players' choices. This is their first book, and it looks amazing. It's over 240 pages long, all illustrated with 100% human-made artwork. Also, if you're curious and want to check it out, the first chapter is 45 pages long and available for free on their website. If you like what you see, they were also kind enough to offer you guys a promo code. Just use Edariad at checkout and you get 15% off your order. I'll put the links in the description. Okay, so time for family number 2. Have you ever been through this? That's 14 points of fire damage. Wow, okay. Well, 3 guards fall dead. I'm telling you, man, we are close. But 5 more arrive. And one of them fires an arrow at you. Yeah, does a 23 hit? What do you think? Yeah. What do you think, DM? That's 34 points of damage. Excuse me? Well, they're strong. Forget it. Just roll your death save. I'm gonna warm up my own dice. This family regroups the adversarial DMs. Some people really have a hard time making a distinction between challenging the players and trying to win against them. And so the 4th toxic DM type is the killer DM. Quick disclaimer, I'm not saying killing PCs is always bad. If the PCs made dangerous choices, or if the campaign is reaching its conclusion and stakes are high, there are many situations in which death will happen. And it's good, death brings stakes, and if it wasn't on the table, why roll dice? Why even do combat? But if the DM just gives verbal swords to the first goblins you encounter, or keeps adding new monsters until everyone dies because they want to win, then yeah, it's very toxic. Number 5 and 6 are also adversarial, but have a different flavor to them. Let me introduce you to the twin brothers, the Gotcha DM and the Revenge DM. The Gotcha DM builds scenarios, traps, and puzzles that will punish the players for not reading their minds. There is a single solution with basically no clues, and the DM then drops terrible consequences on the players as if they were not playing correctly, feeling terribly clever about how amazing they were for designing such complex situations. I read something that I really liked. The environment has to earn its skill the same way the players have to earn their victories. So, if there was no way to beat the problem, the DM has just abused their power. The Revenge DM, on the other hand, will punish players too, but for stuff they did outside of the game. Maybe last session one of the players argued about some rule, and in the next one, surprise surprise, their beloved NPC wife turns up dead. This can actually exist outside of D&D too. It's called non-contingent punishment, and it happens when someone, in our case the DM, has authority over a small group with weak accountability. So maybe you met teachers like that, or bosses, or God forbid parents. It's really about having power, and it breaks trust really fast, because it feels extremely unfair. It is annoying, but possible to adapt to railroading, but revenge breaks the social contract, and the game stops being a game. Number 7 is the counter builder. These guys will read the player's character sheets and then try to come up with encounters that just cancel out the strengths of the characters. As soon as the wizard reaches level 5 and learns Fireball, for example, which I'm trying to do, by the way, so please help by subscribing, because I decided that every subscriber is an experience point, well, they will think, oh, time for Red Dragon, etc. It's really frustrating, because it prevents the players from actually playing the character the way they imagined them. To avoid the issues in the adversarial family, here are my favorite fixes. 1. For the killer DMs out there, make sure you always telegraph danger. I think 2 clear warnings is enough. If the PCs still decide to do the thing, then maybe they actually wanted to die. But entering a potential lethal situation should be a choice. If you want to ensure maximum trust, rolling out in the open can be a good thing to try too. And don't forget, fights don't have to be deadly for either sides. Escape routes are massively underrated. 2. For the gotcha DMs, try to always have 2 or 3 solutions to the situations you come up with. Don't forget to drop clues and stay open-minded to clever solutions. And 3. For the revenge DMs, never prep while annoyed at someone. After an argument, give it a bit of time and reach out to the player to have a conversation. This can be fixed with good communication outside of the table. And also, it goes without saying, maybe avoid spending your precious free time with people you actively dislike. Yeah, can help. This should help adversarial DMs stop wanting to win against the players. But the next toxic DM family wants something that can be even worse. An elf gentleman approaches you and sits at your table. Okay, well, my character goes,
I'm sorry, mate. This is a private tavern table, for PCs only. So...
Wait, maybe they're a quiz giver. Yeah, there's just no way. Like, they don't even have a hood. What? They don't have hoods? Your friend here is right, sir. I don't even own a hood. My hair acts as a natural protection against the elements. Okay, so who is this? This is Variel, and he will be my character for the campaign. The Spotlight family regroups DMs who treat the players as the audience of their personal show. And the first one in this family is Toxic DM type number 8, the DM PC Abuser. It's when the DM isn't happy with getting to build a world, items, NPCs, encounters, locations, and plot hooks, and wants to have their very own PC traveling around with a party on top. This can be done. I think there's even something about it in the Dungeon Master's Guide somewhere, but the abuser kind always crits at the dramatic moments, and they know information that wasn't possible to get, and they do long monologues, and oh, what a coincidence, their backstory happens to be very important to the plot. Come on, it's not that bad. I hope so. It really can be, if you're not careful. But type number 9 is even worse. It's the Novelist DM. It's the DM who controls entire character arcs, for example. They decided that the fighter would betray the party in session 12 before the game even began, and if the player refuses, they will just homebrew some kind of impossible to resist mind control spell. They're basically in love with their story, and it's why I didn't put it in the control family. The Novelist DM is not happy with just railroading a little. It's kind of an ego move. Controlling the path isn't enough. They're just writing a book, sitting next to other people. I kind of want to read that book, though. Really? I'm sure the villain isn't even cool. Oh, believe me, they are. Spoiler, they're not, because they were designed by Toxic DM type number 10, the Villain Simp. That DM over-identifies with the big bad of the campaign, aka BBEG or Bebeg. They want them to win, so they keep adding HP mid-fight, and when things start to take a wrong turn, they're sad when the players finally beat them. And that's a problem, because a good DM should want their villain to be beaten, in a satisfying way for everyone at the table. I think you need to remind yourself before every session that you need to be a fan of the party. Oh, so you are giving the DM advice now. Let him speak. I know you love the Bebeg, right? But maybe if you really struggle with this, you could try making several villains to dilute your villain worship problem across several NPCs. Okay, so build more evil wizards. Yep, got it. Great, thanks. That's great advice. You're always such a great player, Oh, did I mention that you found a +3 sword on the goblin? What? Toxic DM type number 11 is the favoritism DM. It's when there is that one player with more spotlight, better plot armor, or who just happens to have their backstory to be absolutely central to the campaign's core theme, for example. The problem is that it creates 2 categories of players, and it makes it very hard for those who stay out of the spotlight to keep being engaged. I think one of the easiest ways to avoid this is to give something special to a single character in every session, and to keep some kind of log so you can rotate who is in that spotlight position every time. Maybe in session 4, the fighter gets a cool sword, and in session 5, someone from the wizard's backstory shows up, etc. Mix and match several kinds of spotlights so it does not become mechanical, but it's a good way to stay away from this kind of behavior. So give that guy a cool, noble title.
Oh, thanks. That's actually pretty cool.
By the way, I know this is a lot of information, so I made recap notes and checklists to help you guys diagnose and fix these issues more efficiently. And they're available on my Patreon, so if you're interested, just check out the link in the description. These first 11 toxic DM types can already be very annoying and even kill games, but now we move to family number 4, and it's where things can get very ugly, because it's filled with DM types that don't just abuse their power over what happens in the game, but they use it to get something from the other people at the table. And this can lead to truly harmful situations. So, number 12 is the creep, and I'm gonna keep this one very short because it pretty much speaks for itself. If a DM describes a romantic or intimate scene involving your character without your consent, it's bad. D&D is a game, yes, but this does not excuse such behavior. Simple. Number 13 is a little harder spot, but it's pretty bad too. Have you ever played with a DM who designs scenes specifically to break players, or maybe make them cry or get them very angry? I'm talking on an extreme level. And then they treat the players' reactions as proof of their genius.
I mean, am I not a genius? Come on, like, look at these guys.
Why do you have to do this?
I'm up in the goblin though, man.
That's the emotional farmer DM. The story sucks? Who cares? The players cried. The problem here is that it's sneaky, because the result can actually look a little bit like a great D&D game, because emotional moments at the table can actually be awesome. But for them to be great, they need to have earned their place in the story, following players' decisions. And the emotional farmer DM does not do it so everyone has fun. They do it because they enjoy just toying with other people's emotions. And yeah, I'm sorry, but that's toxic. If everyone is crying around the table and the DM has a huge triumphant smile, it's probably a good tell. Toxic DM type number 14 is kind of the evil twin of the emotional farmer. It's the trauma processor. They use their D&D campaign to work through personal stuff. Maybe it's a bad breakup, or a family thing, or maybe they just have a very annoying colleague. What usually happens is the players start becoming some kind of weird Hydra therapist without even knowing, and the villain starts talking like the DM's ex, and the game just stops being a game. There absolutely is a place for processing emotions through creativity. But drawing from your life and asking the table to carry your pain without even telling them they're gonna be doing that is very different. The fix for this one is simple and hard at the same time. If you need therapy, shocker, go to therapy. And this is a D&D video, so I won't get into more details about that, but yeah, thank me later. I know this is a lot, and maybe you're thinking, man, DMing is hard. I put so much work into DMing, and what, I'm just some toxic person? That's so unfair. Players don't have to worry about this. I'm sacrificing myself. This is how they thank me. And to this, I'll answer 3 things. 1. Players can be toxic as well, but that's for another video. 2. When making this video, I did some research, and I found that because the DM's position is so unique, it comes with a bit of power. Some of these, the less serious ones, are almost kind of baked into the position. By that, I mean that if you're not careful, it's very easy to start abusing the power the DM's role grants you. But knowing about these makes it easier to react and course correct. They are behaviors, not entire personalities. And you can change behavior. And 3, if you think being a DM is some kind of grand sacrifice, be careful, because it can lead to toxic DM type number 15, which is the Martyr DM. This guy runs every campaign, preps for hours, shows up, hosts the sessions, etc. And slowly starts to kind of resent the players for not appreciating it enough. Full disclosure, I'm not pointing fingers. I think I've been that guy in the past. The problem here is that the resentment can then leak both inside the game and maybe manifest in the form of one of the other traits, or outside of it. And some of your personal relationships with the players then slowly degrade over time. Every other toxic DM type is about abusing power, and this one is the mirror version. The Martyr DM gives too much, and then punishes people for not giving back enough. So it's still an authority problem, but with victimhood behind the wheel instead of dominance, so to speak. So yeah, if that is you,
maybe you are underappreciated. But if it starts affecting how you run the game and how you treat your friends, it's still toxic. Maybe take a break and do something else for a while. This is a game and you need to want to play it, not to just keep score. And if you want a proven method to improve as a DM fast while having more fun that does not even require you to play the game, click on this video next.